So here I am back with the B1 best tank, the French-made battle tank, and I've taken a look at roughly what has to happen. And the good thing about this tank is the suspension comes with a rail, so we'll be able to put this thing together in a reasonable and tight fashion. So let's get started, shall we? So I have given a little thought. So we're going to be starting off with a simple snip of the A1 rail. So this is the A1 rail that we're looking at right at the top here with the jurisdictions. We'll take our snips and just snip. Simple, easy and quick. Now what we do is it's asking for A2 and A3. So we'll just do a simple look for the A2s, and A3s are exactly side by side with each other on these two parts here. And we're going to be doing a simple snip of the A1, one A1 module and one A2 module. We're just going to let it drop, and let's be careful, these are very small and we don't want the carpet goblin to, well, eat away at these small parts. Now, there's two options when it comes to combining these two parts together. We can choose to glue them together, or we can fit them together if we wish this to be moving. We're going to give a go in trying to make these moving parts. So we won't be gluing them down on this, but we will be gluing these small parts together. So we just take our small parts here and here, and you would see a small dimple there on the side, as you can see here, and we take this small thing here, and by looking at the instructions we can see that this end of the A3 model is, you will see what can only be described as a semi-cross. That's going to be facing inwards, and it's going to be simple like that. We'll be using some, because of the nature of this particular thing, we'll be using some Tamiya extra thin. It's very quick and, well, it's really good. And you just do a little snip into here, and we just hold it together. A little bit of pressure, but nothing too much, and boom, here we go, we have our first suspension. We'll simply just place it in here. Of course, we'll simply take the rail that we just snipped and the small suspension parts and replace it simply as such. Replace it simply such as that, sitting on top of the brand as such. Very easy, very quick, very simple. We're going to be continuing that multiple times across. I'll be right back when the rail is finished. Right here everyone, I'm back, and that's the rail done. Can't really pick it up simply because of how it's loose parts, and we're not going to be gluing those parts down because we want the ability to move them. But as I can see is that the parts are moving nice and correctly, bar one which seems to have been glued down. Sadly it seems to have been stuck down. This is the good thing, and worst thing about using Tamiya glue is particular extra quick setting is it bites into the plastic. It's great, but it doesn't give you enough time to rectify your mistakes. But overall, the rail seems to be moving just fine. We'll have a second one to build, and that will conclude the first part of the video. The second rail will be the exact same on the A2, on the other A is the first step. So I'm going to be doing this one again. I'll be doing this second one off screen, on screen I mean, so that you're able to better see the processes of how I'm actually working. So we're going to set that one aside, and we're just going to snip away. So just snip, 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 set aside. So during my building of the first one over this section, I actually found a really fast and quick way in how to do this. So we're just going to go snip. We're just going to snip all these small parts off while being careful and as close to the plastic as possible. Really quick, simple, and effective. We're just going to snip them all off. Ooh, can't grab it on. The reason why I'm going as close as to the plastic as possible is because I simply don't want to be having to scrape away some small parts for this. And I'm just going to be lifting them up. So, question for the future viewers and those who will be willing to comment. Have you ever tackled one of these, or how would you personally have went about doing this, or if you had any troubles with the suspension nozzle? If you had, not this nozzle, just with the suspension in general, or at least the track guides, or in general, if you have any problems with the kit, notify me about these, and we can see about avoiding those, so we can get the best build for people who are just starting out, which I think will make us all better modelers and better in general. But for the history buffs out there, what facts could you actually tell us about the Char 1? Because it's just something in general. That isn't on Wikipedia, because Wikipedia isn't the most reliable sources out there, because it's like Chinese whispers. And final one snipped out. As we can see, both bits of plastics have been snipped out. Everything's here. So this is, as I was building the first rail, discovered how quickly this first part is actually to go together. We're just going to be placing all of these parts. So as per the first part of this video, this part and this part, try and get some good light. This part and this part in particular will just be going like such. We'll just be going like such with this part here, with those tricolours that we see going on there. This three-sponsing thing going on there. We're just gonna facing inwards. We're just gonna take our 3 completed ones, pop them like such, and we're just going to complete the same process over and over until all of them are lined up and that one fell, ready for gluing. Which shouldn't be too difficult. I think to be going. Boom. Okay, so with the small part, the A3 part facing upwards, we're just going to be taking our glue and snipping, and we're just going to be doing a little dab with the glue, welding down the essentially the pin holding this thing together. We do that, it means we can limit the amount of touching we have to do over here, because if we put too much touching on it while this type of glue's on it, we'll get a nice big thumbprint on it. And when we're going to be doing some airbrushing on this, we wouldn't want to be doing that. So essentially what we'll be doing here is taking that. Ooh, I've placed the glue on the wrong side, that one. Huh. Oh, how many more I've done it like that? Oops. Simple, quick, and effective. We're just gonna slot, and we're just gonna put them all on the thing with those little notches in. We're just gonna do it like such. Rinse and repeat until the entire thing is done. That's all for part 1 of this Let's Build, and I'll see you for part 2.